Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's your boy, JB Trap House Boxing, man. I'm back again. Shout out to the LDBC, man. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, share this video always, and leave your thoughts and comments at the end of the video, please. Man, I know this video is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but I don't really care because I'm just, based on what I've seen and what I, know and what I believe will happen, strongly believe will happen, is that I believe Billy Joe Saunders beats Triple G and Canelo. You know, a lot of people saying Triple G. I got to beat them both. And I'm going to explain to you why. I'm going to start off with Triple G first. Yeah, I know Triple G cuts the ring off extremely well. I know he's not going to let Billy Joe, circle around to his right. I get all that. But I believe his movement and his slick style and his boxing ability, he can weather the storm. And I believe Triple G is just too slow. I think he's getting older. You can see his punches coming from a mile away. Triple G don't have the best defense either. And I'm not saying that Triple G can't hurt Billy Joe in the fight. It probably would be times in there where he would shake Billy Joe up a little bit, and all that. But I just think that Billy Joe has too much tools in the arsenal to get past a Golovkin. He knows how to clinch. He knows how to work on the inside. Triple G don't work good on the inside. He's not an inside fighter. He's a mid-range fighter and a sometime outside fighter. Not really good at that. His bread and butter is the mid-range. Slow feet. I think Billy Joe has the higher ring IQ. Because I'm not saying that Golovkin ain't no smart fighter. I think that Billy Joe is just a more cerebral fighter when it comes down to him and Golovkin. Golovkin been showing a lot of vulnerabilities lately, and I'm not saying that Golovkin don't have a chance. I'm just telling you, if they was the fight, and I had to make a pick, I'm going with Billy Joe. Point blank, period. And Triple G is still a decent fighter though. Don't get me wrong. He still can knock people out and all that. But when you notice when Triple G get up against fighters on a world class level that can box very well and that got good footwork, Triple G don't have no answer for that. He really don't. So that's pretty much, the reason why I would pick Billy Joe to win. But Billy Joe would have to do some convincing work in that bout to pull it off. Because if it will go to the scorecards. But it'll have to be like on a level kind of like the Lemieux fight, even though it won't be like that because Triple G is a way better fighter than David Lemieux. But it has to be convincing, It has to be convincing. And if he can put on something similar to what he did last night, it's all for the better. And the reason why I'm not going to bring up Charlo and Jacobs, I'm going to get to that at the end of the video. But let's start with Canelo. Okay. Saul Canelo Alvarez. Let's start off with cutting off the ring. Now, I don't know if people remember this or if they forgot that Canelo can't cut the ring off. I hope people didn't forget this. because I damn sure didn't. And this is one of the reasons why I quit messing with Canelo. It was on the Laura fight. You know, I still like Canelo as a fighter, but I just when I seen how Laura outboxed him and made him, you know, look a little amateurish, I was like, But Canelo has gotten better since then, but he hasn't been in there with an opponent to where he has to cut the ring off. So how much improvement have he improved? How much has he improved in that category? We don't know yet. I don't believe he really improved too much because he haven't had any opponents lately that have the footwork and the boxing skills and ability of Billy Joe. And please do not bring up Amir Khan. Stop. I'm letting you know now, do not bring up Amir Khan. He is not in the conversation. He is not on the level. Amir Khan is a sucker. He was going to get knocked out anyway. And another thing, Canelo, we all know he has stamina issues. We know that. And I think Billy Joe will take advantage of that. I think he will. Now, Billy Joe had stamina issues at one point, but now that we've seen in his last couple of fights, he don't have those issues. Excuse me. He don't have those issues anymore. So, and I think Billy Joe got a good corner, man. Dominic Ingle, I got to give him his props. You know, he doing his thing over there. I think that if Billy Joe just chooses the box, Canelo, it'd be easy. Canelo's too small. Too short. Small. Arms ain't long enough. You think Lemieux was swinging for the fences. You'll see that somewhat. But Canelo is a hell of a counter puncher and a body puncher, but he has to close the distance to be able to do that. Now, I could see him getting away with some counter punching. You know, some body shots, you know, here and there. But I really don't see Canelo beating Billy Joe. I really don't. Just being honest with you. Canelo's a good fighter, hell of a fighter, but just don't see it, man. And I think Billy would take full advantage of that. And that's real. But I'm trying to think of what else that I want to cover. You know, while I was talking about, you know, Canelo. And another thing is that, does Canelo punch hard enough to just shake up Billy? I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I mean, he can get his attention, but I don't know, man. I don't know about that. So he has to be able to hit him on top of that. So, and Canelo has problems with movers. Believe that. Don't nobody forget that. So, and another reason why I didn't bring up Charlo or Jacobs, I see Jacobs calling out Billy Joe and all that, and no disrespect to Danny Jacobs. You know, that's my man. I like Danny Jacobs, an excellent fighter. But Danny had his chance at Triple G, and he dropped the ball. You know, he could have been the first one to defeat Triple G, and he didn't step on the gas. So now Danny has to put himself in position to demand the call-outs, the fights that he wants. You know, right now, he just ain't in that solid position right now. Demetrius Andrade, him either. Charlo, him either. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you what I can pretty much guarantee would probably happen. If Billy Joe get past Triple G and Canelo, or one or the other, he gets the belts. And if James DeGale comes back and get Truex, get his revenge on that rematch, because they rematching. It's a rematch clause. So I heard Uncle Frank saying that he wanted DeGale and Billy Joe to fight at a catch weight. Now that would be a hell of a fight. Whew, man. Could you imagine Billy Joe versus James DeGale, two superb boxers? You got one guy who been in so many wars, you don't know if he's ready for the river or not. And you got this young 28-year-old who just found, got an epiphany now all of a sudden. So that's very interesting. And when Frank said that, that immediately, that's been on my mind for a few days. And I was like, damn, I could just imagine that. They're going to make that fight one day. I don't see Billy Joe fighting Charlo and Jacobs for the simple fact they don't have anything to offer right now. And it wouldn't make no sense for him to have a stay busy fight with those guys. That's too dangerous when he in position to demand Canelo or Triple G. So I'm just saying, man, I'm pushing for undisputed. I like Charlo and Jacobs. I want them to have them fights too, but I'm just going to be real with y'all. I want Billy Joe to get that belt, them belts, or whoever. Anybody unify, I don't really care. I prefer for Billy Joe to unify over Triple G, but whatever. It don't really matter. But if Billy Joe and Golovkin and Canelo, whatever, I just told you I got Billy Joe winning this fight, beating both of them. He can outbox Canelo easy, in my opinion, and he can beat Golovkin too. But I know a lot of people gonna disagree with me. Oh well, but in due time we'll see. The proof is in the pudding. It's your boy JB, Trap House Boxing, and I'm gone.